what is the gauge pressure 2 miles below the ocean? Let's draw a quick little free body diagram. There's the surface of my ocean. Remember, positive z direction is up. I am 2 miles below that. Okay, and the surface, we'll declare the surface of our water to be 0. So let's write out the hydrostatic equation. P2 minus P1 is going to be negative gamma Z2 minus Z1. So we are trying to find, we'll call this point 2. We're going to call our surface point 1. So we're trying to find the pressure at 2. Just rearrange that equation, negative gamma Z2 minus Z1 plus whatever the pressure at 1 is. Now, as we look at things, we're going to need a little bit of information. And specifically, what we're going to need is we need to know what the gamma of water is. Since we're not given any temperature, a typical gamma for water, now since we're dealing with the ocean, so that would be seawater, would be 64 pounds per foot cubed. This is something that we could look up in a book. So let's start plugging our numbers in. Negative 64 pounds per foot cubed. And then Z2 minus Z1, well, it's going to be negative 2 miles. And it's negative 2 miles because, remember, this is our 0. Up is positive, down is negative, so we're 2 miles below the surface, so negative 2 miles, minus 0 miles, which is our surface. Now we need to convert that over into feet because we have to have the units work out right. So we do know that a mile is 5280 feet for every mile. And so what about pressure 1? Well, we're asking what the gauge pressure is. So gauge pressure is that pressure that's after atmospheric pressure. So 0 is our surface of the fluid. That's standard pressure at sea level. So because that's gauge pressure, that means the atmospheric pressure is 0. So our pressure at 2, we can sit there and calculate that out. We'll get 6,705,840 pounds per foot squared. Now we can convert that. We can go 1 foot is 12 inches, square that to have that cancel out. And so you're going to get 4693 psi gauge. So how is this different from absolute pressure? Well, absolute pressure means that we'd add 14.7 psi to that. So we would end up with 4,700 and change. So in this case, gauge pressure, absolute pressure doesn't really matter because 4,693 psi as opposed to 4,700 and change psi, not a big difference.